Hi everyone, welcome to webinar number 9 for ALF training. On the webinar with us is Cheryl Stockstill.
Hello.
And hi Cheryl, how are you today?
Good, thank you.
So we had to take a little bit of a break from our webinars, and as you know, spring break and everything else that it entails. Plus we've been extremely busy with the facility and everything else. So didn't spring break take up all our time, Cheryl?
Yeah, it took up all my time sitting around with a sick kid. It was
Yeah,
horrible. I felt
yeah,
so
he
bad
got
for
sick.
him.
He got sick uh, right in the middle of spring break.
Pretty much
So
at the beginning of spring break,
yeah, but he powered through
Monday.
some of the beginning activities. But yeah, so all our big plans went to nothing. And so
To
anyway,
just
yeah, and then
a
it took
little
us a
best friend.
yeah, took us a week to recover. And we're back. So we're going to try to um, get back on the ball with these and try to do one or two a week if we can. So anyway, today we're going to talk about a facility that got inspected recently, Cheryl.
Yep.
All right, let me share the screen with you here, and
And
I
when you
will
do, make
remember.
sure it's, yeah, I'll remember.
I'll remember to just tell me if you see it.
I see it.
Okay.
Now,
All
make
right.
sure it's not flicking.
Nope, it's on.
Okay, I'm going to go over to mine.
Wait, do you see this survey? Hold on a second.
I do.
Do you see only the survey?
Only survey,
Oh,
it's blacked out.
yep. Okay. Do you see
Oh,
if I'm moving
no,
it?
if you go, I do, but if you go down into the initial comments, it has the ALF's name.
Oh,
Just
well,
saying.
nobody look at that. There we go.
Don't look at
Okay.
that.
I thought I checked that. Okay. So anyway,
It's moving.
okay. All right. So here's an inspection report. I'll just scroll quickly. Um,
I like I like this one because the tags and deficiencies that were cited are the ones that are really coming up on pretty much everyone's facility.
mhm.
It's the things that they're completely looking at, and it's a part of that top 10 deficiencies. So by looking at, something like this was a recent one, you'll hopefully get your stuff in order and you'll understand exactly what they're going to look for. These are really easy to overlook some of these things, and I mean we've done it too. It's just,
Well,
you know,
really, for the most part, they things like staff training. It's a constant thing. It's you get caught up. You think you're all caught up, and then you blink. And actually, you know what I find with like staff training or things that need to be done. You know what I find? The biggest thing is we notice it. We tell our staff. We tell everybody. We reach out, whatever it is, and then we think it's going to get handled, and then that's where I think it falls through the cracks.
what
After
are
you
you
tell the
trying to say
staff,
that
you're
it's
gonna.
not being handled?
No, I'm
Uh,
just saying if they ever do, it's because I think
right.
a lot of times it's like because the staff
Quits
they don't have
communicating.
that same sense of urgency. I don't know. Well,
Yeah.
but anyway, we're
Well, if
we're
there's
all
anything with our place, let me know and I'll get on the.
no
I'll
no
get on
we're caught up. We're
the.
good.
Okay. All right.
Okay, so basically,
One more thing, Calais, because talking about training certificates, and I think this is for us too, and for other people. When someone's worked somewhere else and they come in with their training certificates from another facility, that's where it's kind of tough too, because you don't. Sometimes you don't look at them or to realize the dates, or I think sometimes you're busy and just stick them in the files. So make sure you're really looking at what they're bringing in from the other communities and
who it's signed
auditing
by.
them too. Yeah, who it's signed by and the dates, and if it was the proper amount of hours in course.
Well, we're gonna. I know we'll cover some of them, like the communicable disease issue when we're finished with our survey and re-inspect. But definitely, and
Yeah.
not only that, like with when people transfer from other facilities, yeah, they've got a lot of different things. But also, if somebody's an HHA or a CNA, um, and what they need, and to be honest, I almost think it's easier just to have them take all the all the courses where it's spelled out specifically, unless the CNA license, they have what would they need, like the the agenda for the course? I mean, do they just
No, just take it
automatically
through
say,
just take it through us.
yeah, you know what, that's the
Then
truth. I
you're
mean,
safe.
it's $20 and you get basically all the courses you need with the in-service training package. So,
Mhm.
and when the state comes in, you don't have to say, well, they have a CNA license, they had the ADL training, or they had this training, or whatever it is. Literally, they'll just have everything that they want, all in order. It's probably the surest bet.
One certificate, and then we keep records too. So if they need to pull it up.
Yeah,
All
you can
right.
always contact us as well. Okay, let's go on to this inspection.
Enough about us.
Yeah. Okay, the initial comments. Well, I'm looking at
Medication.
assistance with self-administered medication. Based on the record review and interviewing the facility, failed to ensure 1 out of 6 sampled employees received continuing education assistance with self-administered medication. So that's the 2-hour class. Um, it's a real pain if your employees don't get that 2-hour class within the time, because they have to retake the 4-hour class. And scheduling the 4-hour class, unless you have a nurse or your pharmacy can do it really quickly, you basically have to,
Difficult.
I
Yeah.
mean, they can't do any medications. In a small home, they're basically off the schedule,
Or you
right?
have to come in and do it for them.
Right, right. So they, that was
Or
it,
they
the two
start
hour.
cupping meds, and that's where people get in trouble and they get busted because, one shift is cupping meds for the next shift because they're not legal, and then all of a sudden the state comes in and finds them the medication's cupped.
Right. So the 2 hours, let me just clarify this. The 2-hour medication can be done online. We offer the 2-hour renewal online. It's only $15. If you have a subscription package, it's all included, so you don't even need to worry about it. Um, but the 4-hour class has to be done in person, cannot be done online. There's got to be a hands-on component to it. So they got a citation for that.
Right?
And and really, like I said, now let's say they've got the citation, they have to go find so like where we are, those classes are only once a month. So you need to get on it right away and get that 4-hour scheduled. All right,
All right.
next
The
thing.
next thing is medication storage and disposal. When they were walking through the facility, they found unlocked medication in the facility's refrigerator. They found different insulins and injections, possibly some lidocaine injectors. So it looks like insulin diabetic supplies. And they found it unlocked in the refrigerator. They asked the administrator what was going on with that, and the administrator confirmed that the medication was unlocked and added that it belonged to a resident who no longer lived at the facility. So right then, well, first you shouldn't have it unlocked because it needs to be locked at all times or in a secure area out of reach of other residents. And especially when someone's left the facility, we sign over the meds right away to the family. And if they don't want them, we return them to our pharmacy or we dispose them.
And and that would also include the hospice care pack.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of they've got to be refrigerated most of the time. And if you don't have a refrigerator that's in a secure area, then how are you storing it? Well, one way that you can do it is buy a little lock box that goes in the refrigerator. You know, I mean, that's one way to do it. But some of the hospice comfort packs are kind of big and bulky. So another thing you could do is what we've done before is one of the vegetable drawers that pull out down at the bottom, of the meat drawer or whatever it is. We put a latch and a lock on the bottom drawer, and that covers that. Just use a little glue, like super glue, and a latch.
You can
Um,
also put the mini dorm fridges in the residence room, especially if it's a private room, and put a lock on that. I think we've done that before for someone.
mhm,
They had all their hospice supplies in there. That made it
right,
easy too.
right. But that's I. They just didn't think that through. That it was. I mean, a resident could open it up and. All right.
It's,
So
yeah, just
no, go
overlooked.
ahead. Sorry.
It's just overlooked too.
Yep. Yep. Right.
Easy to
Okay.
do.
So staffing standards. The next tag. Based on record review, The facility failed to have 1 out of 6 sampled employees did not have evidence of a negative TB examination on an annual basis. So,
It was just expired, so
yep.
they were cited for it, and the employee just needs to go get the proper test and put the paperwork in the file, and it'll be good.
Mm-hmm. This isn't the one that was signed by the LPN or something?
No, I think that may have been something else I was looking at.
Okay.
It'd be another one. We'll do that another time, but this one had a little more substance to it. It had some interesting stuff.
If it
But
was signed
yeah,
by an
I mean,
LPN, then they'll probably be cited, right? Or you
right,
think
because it
they'll,
has to be an
yeah. Well,
RN, right?
technically, didn't they say like a healthcare provider or something?
I
They
think
made
it
a big
was,
stink about it.
yeah, the physical exam, healthcare provider. The
Right.
TB,
But they,
they're able to redo it at the health department if an RN signs for it. I think
yeah,
the issue with that other survey was the LPN signed it from another facility.
got it.
They
Yeah.
transferred in.
Okay. Right. So you got to review all right. That's a separate survey, but we were talking about it earlier. The next thing, training staff in service. 2 of sampled employees did not have the appropriate in services. Um, one of them was the infection control, and there was employee D didn't have the ADL, elopement training, emergency training, um, adverse incidents, resident rights, abuse, neglect, exploitation, and safe food handling. So basically, all of those we offer in the in-service training package, except I believe for the
Emergency, you have
emergency.
to,
Yeah, because that's your emergency plan.
yeah, it's your own personal.
So
Mhm.
that's a
Also with
lot
the
of training.
HIV too, they don't have the HIV training too. If you read down,
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, yeah. Well, I guess they don't consider that part of the in-service. Well, anyway, where the tags are. Um, so
they
this
just want to
person
get
basically didn't have any other training.
different tags.
Like this employee didn't have the 2-hour medication renewal. They didn't have
That's right.
the TB. I assume they didn't have anything. Maybe they just hired
Maybe
him
they're
and were
just
like,
someone's cousin or
I
friend.
know.
They're like, we are short
We
staffed.
we just need to fill a shift, and then
Just come on in.
yeah, some of these. I mean, you have 30 days, but
Yeah,
it's
no, they just
easiest to get it.
overlooked it.
It's just easiest to get it before they even start. I mean, once they start, it's just the clock is ticking, and it's pretty hard.
But they
Oh,
had background check.
well, no, it's not hard if you use the online training. Okay,
It's not hard.
all right.
Sell them a
Same with do
training
not
package.
resuscitate order
Tell them that.
training. They didn't have the DNRO training, which is included in our in-service training package. Um,
But
so that's
I think maybe they had background screening, Clay, so they they got something right.
they got background
They
screening.
got background. At
Right.
least
Well, that's
they're
yeah.
safe. At least they're safe.
Well, they might have come to them with that. You never know.
True,
All
true.
right. So this one was interesting. It's
This is why I
physical
picked
plant.
it.
Yeah, physical plant, safe living environment. So they said that they're in violation of being providing a safe living environment.
This is also a limited mental. Oh, I'm losing my voice. Limited mental health facility. Not that it makes a difference, but just we forgot to announce that at the beginning. So
They have an
it's
LMH license,
yeah,
right?
LMH license, and this was a monitor visit. All right, go ahead, Clay, since I'm losing my voice.
Okay, so observation on findings in room number 1 observed a portable toilet in the corner of the room next to the standing closet, and there was not a privacy curtain in the room for privacy when a resident needed to use the portable.
Photo taken.
Well, wait. Okay, it was a commode, right? A
Right,
portable toilet in the corner of the room next to a standing closet, and there was not a privacy curtain. But
but is it a shared
how,
room? I guess that would be the question.
if it was a shared room, that would be, because you could close the door.
Gotcha.
Like, how many residents have a commode in their room? There's no
There's
curtain.
no curtain around it.
It
Well, I
had to
mean, at
have been a
least
shared room.
but it's kind of vague. It doesn't really say. It could, you know, that's what things you have to watch for. But that seems a little
I
unrealistic.
cannot believe that you get cited for having a commode in a private room.
Unless you get cited and you just don't argue.
I mean, if the door was open, the bedroom door, and the commode was right there, and the resident was sitting on it when they walked in, I could see
I
you.
can see that. And that's possible.
I'm just going to assume that.
But they took a picture, so
Yeah.
there's probably no evidence.
And then in the resident, okay, so the next thing
Room number 2.
was a rocking chair maybe, with a hole in the seat fibers and half bed rail on the floor next to the chair. So I don't really understand.
I think they're
And
just saying like
in the
maybe the
resident's
bed rail on the
bathroom,
floor is
there
not
was just
safe.
stuff flying around, right? They could trip on it. Yeah, well, that would be okay. It
And the
was just lying on
hole
the
in the
floor.
chair, and it's
Hmm.
rocky. So
Yeah,
maybe
so
they meant
if
like
you,
rickety, like a rickety
I
chair.
think they meant a rocking chair,
I think
rocky
they're
chair.
nitpicking.
Anyway, and then the resident's bathroom on the first floor, on the first floor next to the room 1 and 2, observed that the door moldings were missing on the inside of the bathroom door frame. So just deferred maintenance.
Hmm. They took a
And
picture again.
yeah, so basically your
You can't
furniture
argue.
got holes. Your there's something else too about wood paneling.
Yeah, I think that's down further.
Okay. And then in the rear storage area of the facility, observed 5 oxygen tanks next to a wheelchair. Outside in the rear of the facility, observed old doors, ladder, wood paneling stacked in a pile near the back fence of the facility. I guess if the residents can access that area, then in the rear of the facility near the backside of the facility kitchen, there is a hallway
Well, I just
which,
think it's
when
just not
walking
pretty.
through, observed a bed, dresser, small TV, and different color sliding
Cloth
clothes
panels,
cloth
cloth.
panels used as a curtain to hide the area when used for staff. So it
So they
just
had a
sounds like it
makeshift
was a
room.
makeshift house.
Goodness
This
gracious.
area is a hallway from the kitchen area to the other side of the facility, and the residents have to walk through the hallway to enter the rooms in this area to go up and downstairs to get to their rooms. When the
Okay, so
staff
this
member
is a
sleeps in the
two-story
area,
house.
yeah, when the staff member sleeps in the area, it is very unsafe because the staff member is female or male staffer, and the residents are using it as a pathway to and from their rooms. No privacy and not a room for sleeping. So it shouldn't have been a sleeping room for staff.
So now the staff needs a sleeping room?
Well, I mean, if you have a
Okay.
live-in, then they have
I
to have
know,
their own
I
separate.
know.
Yeah, they have to
Separate.
have their own separate sleeping area. It has to be a bedroom. It can't be like the garage or the living room or something like that.
Oh,
I
I did
mean,
see a garage one time when I went to do an assessment, and mattresses all over the garage. It was very strange.
yeah, but that would be a violation.
Hmm.
Um, Observation in room 8 observed on the wall next to door observed light switch did not have a cover panel. Another room off the area connecting to the bathroom 10, the resident who sleeps in that area would have to enter through the bathroom to go downstairs area of the facility. Wait, okay. So basically,
They didn't have a front door to their bedroom.
okay, in order to get, yeah, you're supposed to, the the rule is that the room has to be able to exit to a hallway. It can't go through another room like that. That's weird. So they
That's
have to go
weird.
through the bathroom to get out.
Strange house. Sounds strange.
Yeah. In a room number 9, observed another room off the area of the connecting bathroom. So is a connecting bathroom like a
Like a
Jack and
Jack and
Jill?
Jill?
Hmm.
Well, that's okay. That's
Yeah.
normal.
The resident who sleeps in that area would have to enter through the bathroom and go downstairs. The other alternative for the resident would be to exit the room by going out the exit door in the room using the front stairway, which is outside of the front side of the building. Ooh, sounds like a facility
What a
that
strange house, huh?
it just doesn't sound like it shouldn't be a facility. I mean, as far as the configuration. So
Well,
in order
someone
to fix
licensed
this,
it.
they're going to have to like add doors if they can, exit doors that exit to a hallway, because a room cannot go through another room. So.
Oh, kind of sounds like, okay. Remember that house? Remember the house we own in California off Lime?
Hmm.
Remember how like you could exit in the middle and it had that long hallway to the front door and then the
Hmm.
units? Maybe it's something like that.
Hmm.
Like it was a, duplex, triplex, fourplex converted into just one place,
I don't
one
know.
house.
I don't
It's
know.
just interesting.
Non-traditional for sure. Okay.
Okay, actually it doesn't sound like apartments, you're right.
Yeah. Based on the okay, so the next thing they got cited for was resident contracts. Um, so 2 out of the 5 sampled residents didn't have signed contracts at the time
Oh,
of admission. Okay. Record review showed the resident number 3. She is currently in hospice care, and her 2015 contract was not signed by her son, who at this time has a POA for his mother. Resident 4 was admitted on October 12th, and she has not signed her contract for the year 2015. Both contracts are dated for resident number 3, um, January 1st. Resident 4 contract was dated not signed. So a lot of them weren't signed. So it's
right.
kind of seems like the first thing you'd want to do.
Oh, those are overlooked too. My concern is when they come out to do the reinspect, I know that they have, like, when it describes plant standards, they're going to have to do home improvements, but even if they just fix what they were cited for, I still feel like they're going to come out and, I mean, it feels like they're going to keep looking though. They're not going to just check the places with a photo. I mean, they may continue to look and you may actually have to put a little bit of money into your place here.
Absolutely. Well,
But
it's
it's
definitely
right.
sounds like it's been deferred.
Hmm.
And gosh, these some of these facilities, you never know what they're getting in reimbursements. $300, $500. It's,
Right. They have
but
OSS
I mean,
beds.
that's not an excuse. I'm just saying
No.
that they just
They,
might not be budgeting properly or deferring the maintenance because. But the big issue, besides the paneling and the furniture, really is the structure, like the way the bedrooms exit and you
right.
know.
Right. So they also were cited for LMH records,
Uh huh.
which makes sense because that's probably what kind of inspection they were getting. LMH facilities have to have the community living support plans on file. It looks like they did not have an up-to-date annual support plan, so they have to get their annual support plans redone. They revealed that resident number 5, their annual community living support plan was outdated, and the administrator confirmed that they didn't have an up-to-date form. So that's just a form that they have to get updated annual
Every year,
every year, and so that's something you should put on your audit list too if you have an LMH.
right?
Just a reminder, even to you know compliance, something.
Especially if they're coming out on a regular basis
Right, right, to
for
do the
monitoring.
monitoring.
Well, I think that's it. And listen, just a brief note: we are having our annual My ALF Training Care Association, our inaugural first one we're having on May 20th, and it's going to be a fantastic event. It's free. So if you haven't registered, space is, I mean, I'm not kidding. Space is literally running out. We probably have about 15 spots left. Um, the capacity is 100, so we're already about at 85. And we're going to fill up, so reserve your space. It's a 3-hour event, and we're going to have great speakers, an attorney who specializes in helping facilities deal with citations and fighting issues.
I think he's
We're
gonna
going to have
scare you. They say he has some scary stories.
horror stories. Yeah,
Horror
he's going to
stories.
questions and answers. It's a good person to know because if something ever happens, you need to know who to call, and you're not running around, trying to figure it out
Exactly.
after the fact. So I definitely recommend. We're also having Diane Hall, who's our nutritionist. She does our menus. She does a lot of menus and training for facilities all over the state. She'll be talking about some of the dietary standards, and we've got Vitas speaking, and we're giving giveaways. Right, Cheryl?
That's right.
You like that part?
I do, but I never win. My mom does though. She's so lucky. Why didn't she pass it on to me?
Yeah,
Oh wait, I
she's
got
lucky.
lucky. I got you.
That's right.
That's right, the grand prize.
So door prizes, start time is 8:30. Check-in time is 8:30, and you got to get there to get your full credit. What it is you get 6 hours of CEUs, but you only have to be there for 3 hours because the other 3 hours are going to be an online class, and you'll get a full 6 hours. That's kind of, we're trying to do a hybrid continuing education training, and I think it's going to be,
Really
um,
interesting.
I think people are going to like it because we went to a 6 hour training and it's just a little long sometimes. And being as
Boring.
busy as we are to break away for 6 hours at a time is extremely hard. So it's in Central Florida at Plantation Oaks Assisted Living. Go to careassociation.org or My ALF Training to register. And that's it. Cheryl,
Well,
anything else?
one more thing. Like why I think that the meeting is good because we work in the industry hands-on, every day. So we picked the speakers and we kind of picked the topics, and it's just stuff that's relevant and interesting and relates to our daily thing, not just, putting together 6 hours of content and, charging people. So it's going to be really interesting. The speakers, I'm excited about it.
And did I say it was free?
It's free.
I
Everything
know.
is
I hate to
free.
remind you of that, Cheryl. That's
I'm
the part
fine
I
with
shouldn't.
that.
Okay, good.
I'm giving back to the community.
Good,
Just
good.
kidding.
And
No, I'm fine.
it,
I just want to meet people. I want to meet you guys. So
and we get to share our stories and help each other out and learn from each other. I mean, we don't know everything, but we learn by meeting people and sharing. And in that way, we all improve the care and run better facilities. And that's ultimately our objective. But I want to say our goal would be to do 4 of these events a year. And we are looking at doing one in the Tampa area, one in the South Florida area. Um, so
maybe North
right
Florida,
now, yeah, we'll
like
think about it.
Jacksonville,
But
maybe.
if you have a
Not too far.
facility in those areas that would accommodate about 100 people and you want to host it, um, contact us, let us know. Or if you're in a different area, and we'll see if we can work something out. 4 of these a year. People, all administrators can get all their CEUs that they need, 6 every year, 12 every 2 years, and we'll just be more connected. All right.
Facilities on beautiful beaches where we can relax. Sounds good.
Oh, there you
I'm
go.
just
If
kidding.
forget about it.
South Beach,
If you have a
Miami,
pool, okay.
holler.
Okay.
Spring
All
break, here we
right.
come.
All right.
Florida
Well,
Keys, maybe.
yes. There is
Honolulu.
one in the Keys. I think there's one in Key Largo.
Really?
So yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Okay, we're calling. We're
This
shouting out to you in the Keys.
might be a small home.
Okay,
So we'll just do it on their front yard.
we'll camp.
All right, guys. Thank you so much. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. Um, don't unsubscribe from our email list because we're going to be sending out all kinds of good stuff. And that's it. Thank you, Cheryl.
Bye. Have a good day.